This week on Steel Horse Thunder.
So baby Evelyn's dad is United States Air Force. He was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and when the child was born, it had a rare disease called borin disease, and they could not take care of the child in Japan, so they sent the child to San Diego, and that's where grandma and mom is. Dad has been flown there, but now they have to try to find a Air Force base close enough to a hospital that can treat the disease if they can treat it.
Hayden needed the support. So she's been battling this since 2014. I know, I just wanted to bring everybody together to show her that she's not alone, and we're going to fight through this with her. The ride today will be leaving here, going to Riley Hospital, where she has been for the past six weeks.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Turn on your TV. Lawyer commercials go non-stop touting themselves. A little research will show you that most of them are not trial lawyers, but paid actors who have never been in a courtroom. So what do you want? A paid actor? A lawyer who's never been in a courtroom? Or someone who will handle your case personally with respect, guidance, and over 40 years of trial experience? Your case, your call. Leidendorf Law.
People talk about your one-stop shop. Well, Flat Out Motorsports is definitely a one-stop shop.
Maybe you like to hit the streets on two wheels, whether you're a touring guy, whether you're a cruising guy, or maybe you like the sport bikes.
If you'd rather play in the dirt, there's four wheels or there's two wheels.
Or maybe you've gotten to that point where you're ready for an extra wheel. They got the Can-Am Spider and the ever-so-cool Slingshot.
Or maybe you don't like the dirt or the road, then you can get on the water. Take this baby for a ride.
No matter what you need, no matter what brand you like to ride, all the safety gear, helmets, whatever you're looking for, it's all right here under one roof. And with the used motorcycle sales, you can pretty much find any kind of motorcycle you like. Well, hey man, normally this is what I'm saying. We've got a beautiful Saturday morning. Well, it's not exactly beautiful as far as weather goes. We got a little bit of rain going here, but we came out. This was one of those rain or shine kind of things. Cindy, what's going on today?
This is a baby Evelyn Ride, and yes, it's raining, but there's going to be bikes here.
There's a few crazy people that are going to come out here and ride, you know. And rain or shine, all of our charity rides are sponsored by Krambos out in Greencastle. Man, Chris and Beth are doing a fantastic job out there. If you need paint, or if you need mechanical work, if you need accessories, they got everything out there at Krambos, right off of US 40 in Greencastle. Make sure you get out there and see them. Tell them thank you for what they do for Steel Horse Thunder. Cindy, let's get out of the rain. Let's go find out a little bit more. I understand this is kind of like an out-of-state charity thing, so let's find out a little bit more about this.
Let's go.
Scott, we're out here, and I call you Scott only because, well, I'm Scott.
Right.
And we do have one thing in common.
Yeah.
We have one thing in common, and that is everybody calls both of us Steve.
That's for sure.
So, for whatever reason, I guess we're supposed to be Steves, but, you know, we answer to either one, so it's okay. All right, man, we're out here, Baby Evelyn charity ride. It's obviously weather didn't work out real well, but I know you guys are kind of a rain or shine, which I always felt like you kind of have to do that, but tell me a little bit about Baby Evelyn and what this is all about.
So baby Evelyn's dad is United States Air Force. He was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and when the child was born, it had a rare disease called borin disease, and they could not take care of the child in Japan, so they sent the child to San Diego, and that's where grandma and mom is. Dad has been flown there, but now they have to try to find a Air Force base close enough to a hospital that can treat the disease if they can treat it. And it is a day-by-day situation with them. So you have the expense of grandma and other things going on with them being out of town at the hospital. So after I talked to my friend Robin, who is the grandma, it was just put on my heart that as a motorcyclist and a road captain for Brothers by Blood Motorcycle Ministry, we could do something other than just sit there and pray. So tried to organize a ride, and as you said, it's a rain or shine deal, because when you're providing lunch or you're providing food and you're doing things like that, then you can't just call people who have 50 pounds of pulled pork ready for lunch and call them and cancel, because then that's going to hurt that local business. So I made the decision last night that it's going to be a rain or shine deal, and here we are. And I just want to make it clear that if you couldn't ride or because of the weather, and you couldn't show up because of the weather, that's fine. You're more than welcome to get on our page and donate through PayPal, and just put in the memo line that it is for baby Evelyn, and you can still help them that way.
That's cool, and I'm glad you got that and let people know that. So how did you get to know this family?
Well, through all God's work. He led me to this family through another church ministry. We needed a patch designer, and we needed somebody to digitize our logo when we started our motorcycle ministry. And I met Robin personally in Ohio at a motocross, because her husband actually works for Amsoil. And I went out there and I met her and talked to her, and she's like, I do patches, don't you? And I do it for this other motorcycle club. And I was like, really? Because we need somebody to digitize. And she goes, well, I got a guy in my church who digitizes. So I called him, and everybody that we were talking to really, really was expensive. And I called him, and he's like, you send our church a donation, I'll digitize whatever you want. So he digitized it, and then she does our patches at a discounted price because we're a motorcycle ministry. So since she was willing to help us before her grandbaby was even a thought process, then we had to do something to help her.
And that's how it works. That's what I love, and that's why I was asking you, because I knew this was, people that weren't right here, and you know what I mean? And it was like, to me, it's so cool when you see the stories of how people meet. And it's just the fact that I don't care how big this world is, eventually it becomes very, very small. And that's how it's supposed to work. When you have somebody that's helping you out and you help them out, that's just the way it's supposed to be. And not just in the church. I mean, obviously we preach that a lot in churches, but in all areas, help one another out. You don't have to agree with everything or anything. Right. Just help one another out, and man, life is just so much better. Well, Scott, thank you so much for talking with us. And again, you heard them. If you want to donate, you can still do that by going to their Facebook page and stuff like that, and it would really be appreciated. Weather didn't work out exactly 100% this time, but I have a funny feeling you're going to be really fat when you go down there and eat all that pork barbecue.
I look forward to it, because if you've never been to Smoking Jim's Barbecue in Bedford, that's some good barbecue. And I'm not putting any of the local barbecue places around down, but it's just kind of hard to justify a ride and go 2 miles down the road for barbecue. So you know what they say, anybody can buy ice cream in a local town, but a motorcyclist can go to Illinois to get ice cream.
That's exactly right. All right, man. Well, be safe out there today. And again, I love what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. If I could really quick give a shout out to Wicked Cactus Leather. They actually donated a $100 certificate for the ride, which unfortunately we'll probably have to save for another ride. But they do custom seats, custom everything. If it's leather, they can make it. The man is awesome. He put together little American flags for us to sell on keychains. So if you have a chance, look him up on Facebook. It's Wicked Cactus Leather, and he's out of Franklin, Indiana. So if you're local, you can't find a better guy to do your custom seats for you.
Pastor, tell me a little bit about your facility here, because it's pretty cool out here.
Oh, I appreciate that. We're sitting here off of Highway 67, directly across the road from Chevrolet, Mooresville. I've been the pastor here 25 years this January, and so been here a good while. But we've always rode, had a lot of good riders in the church, attracted bikers, because I ride all the time. And so a year and a half ago, we formed Brothers by Blood, and this is our facility, and we love riding.
No, it's really cool, man. And again, we met up with you guys last year at a charity ride, and it was just, I'm glad we're here now to see where your place is at. and it's just super cool. Now I understand you had an opportunity to put your faith into practice. You had a bit of an incident on. Well, we got big mouths here. I mean, literally, it is nothing short of a miracle that you're still standing here talking to us today.
Right.
Tell them a little bit about what happened.
Well, I can't tell everything, but I was going down the road just a couple days ago, and going pretty quick, and a car just pulled out, and we made eye contact. You know how that goes. You can't trust that. And he pulled right out in front of me, and I would have T-boned him, and that would have been bad because there were two semis right behind me. But at the last second, he just angled, and I hit his mirror and tore the side of my bike out, bruised up my leg real bad, cut my arm a little bit. But I never did go down. And when I got pulled over about a mile later, his mirror was in my saddlebag. How that happened, I have no idea, but I'm keeping the mirror as a trophy. But that's the grace of God, and anybody that rides, I'm sure, has experienced things like that. You know, we all have, but God's grace is good. Ride on.
We haven't all experienced exactly that, you know, because I do know a little bit more of the story, and I know you kind of downplayed it a little bit here. That, so it's yeah, I mean, not all of us have gone through that, and yes, if you rode for any length of time, I know you've had a close call.
Sure.
That's more than a close call. That is a.
I hit him hard.
Yeah, that's a close encounter.
Yeah, I hit him hard. My knee and down to my toes are black and blue right now, but it looks worse than it really is. Until I'm around my kids and I play it, you know. Oh, yeah. Get everything I can out of it.
yeah. You can get a good year out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll paint it if I,
Yeah, if you find out there's a shortage of purple stuff out there now, it's because you're using it, because you're putting it on your leg. That's no, man, I'm just so glad that you're here, and I mean, the fact that you're even standing right now and being able to talk. And what are you guys doing right now this morning?
Oh, we're going to do this ride down to Bedford, Indiana. Going to be at Smoking Jim's Barbecue. He's a great guy, big Second Amendment guy, which we are. And he is a Christian and very good facility. Smoking Jim's Barbecue, Bedford. We love him.
And how are you getting there?
I have two bikes. One's kind of smashed on the right side. The other one, the clutch cable broke this morning. My old Street Glide. I got 105,000 on the cable, and it snapped this morning, so I might have to drive.
Okay.
Because I'm sure not riding behind any of these guys.
Well, you know, and that's why they were telling me, you know, no, he's trying to get another bike put together just so he can. Tried. So you about get taken out, what, just a week ago?
Wednesday.
Okay, so not even a half a week ago, and now you're frantically trying to get another bike put together so you can ride it.
I'm back this morning, but my clutch cable was down to 3 threads, so yeah. We're running out of time.
Yeah. There's faith and there's ignorance, right?
Straight up stupidity. Yes, sir.
Well, dude, I am so glad that you are healthy and that you are here and you're able to do this and still have a good attitude about everything. And I appreciate what you're doing for everybody here.
Man, life's great. You know, God's been good to all of us. Whether you believe in God or you don't, everything's great. You know, just get out and enjoy life. People let everything kick them down, man. Get out and enjoy the wind. Have some fun.
I'll give you an amen on that.
All right, brother. In a church house, even.
That's right. Which means they're going to be taking a collection here pretty soon. It's not a real church service until the plate's been passed around. I know how that works.
Plate, Paul. This guy. No, thank you, Paul. All right.
No, man, I really do appreciate it.
Yes, sir, brother.
And God bless you, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
Don't look now. Krambos isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Krambos, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Krambos also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Krambos, voted #1 for a reason.
This is a standard lawyer commercial. This is a dramatic shot of me walking down the hallway. This is a stage scene of me talking to clients, even though they're not actual clients. This is the closing shot in my office, where I say my catchphrase, looking professional and confident. Look, all lawyer commercials are the same, but not all lawyers are the same. Leydendorf Law has been involved in the motorcycle community for over 35 years, with many more years to come. Leydendorf Law, like family, because we are. Good morning, Mark Leydendorf here. I'm going to talk about something that's not the most exciting topic, but something that might be the most important thing you do, and that is the purchase of the proper insurance for your motorcycle. So let's get right into what coverages of insurance you need to think about when you purchase insurance for your motorcycle. This is an actual sample of a declaration sheet of one of my former clients. This particular deck page is what we call them, a declaration page, had the best coverage I've ever seen for a motorcycle. And why I'm bringing it up is I use it as a prototype that perhaps all of you should consider when purchasing insurance for your motorcycle. I can go in, you all know about what liability is. The motorcycle liability insurance is up here on top. That's going to protect you if you're at fault in an accident, whatever kind of fault it may be. You put your various coverages in there, which is, this one's $250,000 per person, $500,000 per accident. Typically, this coverage, your liability insurance, dovetails the same amount of coverage with your uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. Now, that is the most important coverage you'll ever get. Why do I say that? This is going to protect you if you're at a collision and the person who's at fault in the collision either has no insurance or has a very low limit of insurance, which means we're going to collect money for you and your family from your own coverage. And a lot of people say, I don't never want to sue my own insurance company. And I'm saying, that's exactly what you bought that coverage for. We're not going to sue them. We're going to go after them and get your claim resolved. If we have to sue your own insurance company, that's their problem because you weren't at fault. So let's talk about that. Uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. This gentleman had very nice coverage for himself. We were able to collect the full limits of liability of the uninsured motorist coverage for him, and his wife was his passenger. She got the other $250,000. So we collected $500,000 for him and his wife. This is the most important thing I'm going to talk to you about. When you see what they purchased that insurance for, $65.65, that's a bargain, my friends. That's the kind of coverage you want. There's various other coverages on here that we could talk about, and I'm sure you're all familiar with it. You have a nice bike, you take care of it, you obviously are going to want collision. Collision insurance on your motorcycle or your car is typically the most expensive. Although you got $500,000 of coverage, only $33 it cost them. So you've got comprehensive insurance in case something gets stolen off your bike. Rental agreement, he did not purchase that. Towing and labor costs, he purchased that, he included in there. Motorcycle medical payments. This is a coverage that would be extremely useful to have. This means I have $5,000 of medical payments coverage regardless of fault. So I'm going to sum this up for you. The most important thing you're going to learn today from our declaration sheet, which is an actual true replica of what I had in one of my cases, is get your uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage up to a high limit to protect yourself in case you're injured or your passenger's injured in a motorcycle accident. We all know how bad it can be for the rider of a motorcycle. And friends, I want you to be protected. I want you to call me if you ever need me. Thank you, my friends. You have been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms totally unfamiliar to you. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. you know you can put your trust in the familiar faces of Leidendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Hey man, we're up here in Indianapolis. We're at Post 64 of the American Legion. Cindy, there's bikes, there's cars, a lot of stuff going on. What is going on today?
This is Hayden Strong, and there are so many people out here for a day that looks like it's going to rain, and I think there's like an 80% chance. So it's probably going to rain, but it looks like it's going to be a great day for it. So Megan, we're here at Hayden's Ride. Tell me about what's going on with Hayden.
Hayden has cystic fibrosis and also had chronic pancreatitis.
And what exactly does all that mean? I know that she's had she's had a surgery here recently.
Yes. So cystic fibrosis, it doesn't allow, your body doesn't produce, I think it's chloride, to break down the mucus in your body. So it gets real thick and it builds up on your organs. And then it can cause your organs to shut down.
And so the surgery that she had, what was that she had?
The surgery was called a total pancreatectomy with auto islet transplant. So her pancreas was shutting down, causing her chronic pain, and it can cause other problems with your other organs, like fluid in your lungs and stuff. So they removed her pancreas, and then they removed her gallbladder and her appendix and part of her small intestine. And they digested the pancreas down and then injected the islets that produce insulin into her liver. So essentially, hopefully, her liver will start to produce insulin.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot.
Yes, yes.
So how old is Hayden?
Hayden is 11. She was diagnosed with pancreatitis when she was 5 and then diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when she was 8.
So young. Well,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to be praying for her that she's going to be good.
We do.
But so is she able to get up and around and do a lot of things?
She's doing better. She's doing better. We're taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. She's a strong kid. You honestly, looking at her, you wouldn't know anything was wrong with her.
Wow.
Besides her little pole right now that she has. But eventually, we hope she'll be a normal kid again. The CF, it will never go away. It'll always be there, but with new medications, they're able to manage it better now.
That's awesome.
It used to be terminal, but technologies came a long way.
It definitely has. They can do a lot of things
Yeah.
that they couldn't do before. So what do you think about this ride they're putting on for her?
It's amazing, and it gave her something to look forward to fight to get out of the hospital. She was in there 23 days and got out for 6 days and then was back in there 8 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time for her to have to be in there.
Oh, yeah. It is.
So Hayden, you're here today, and we're so thankful you're here today. Tell me about some of the experiences that you've had to go through.
Well, there's been a lot. Just my stomach's been, it was normally out of scale 1 to 10, it was normally between like a 7 and a 9. So it was pretty.
And I hear that you had to go through a surgery just here recently?
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about all that? Pretty bad, huh?
Yeah, I was very nervous.
And I know that you have to wear a pump. I have a type 1 diabetic grandchild, and you're having to wear one. How do you feel about having to wear that?
It's not that bad. I mean, it could be worse. It always could.
It could be worse. But you're doing so good. You look like you're healthy, and are you going to be able to go back to school and do all those kind of things?
Yep.
Well, that's cool. Thank you so much. What do you think about all these people out here for you?
It is exciting. Very.
It is. There's a lot of people here to support you. So, Misty, you guys have put this ride on. It looks like you guys have done a great job. Tell me about what's going on, how you came up with this and everything.
Thank you. We actually were, my brother and them, they were just down, and we wanted to. Ada needed the support. So she's been battling this since 2014. I just wanted to bring everybody together to show her that she's not alone, and we're going to fight through this with her. The ride today will be leaving here, going to Riley Hospital, where she has been for the past six weeks. After there, we're going to head to the Motor Speedway to the museum area. We're going to park our bikes, get off, release some balloons for her. Then we'll leave there, head to Mark's Pub over on Canby and Kentucky Avenue, and then from Mark's Pub, we'll come back here and we'll have a big celebration and a dinner for everyone.
Well, you guys have a lot of people out here, and you've. What does it take to put on a ride like this? Because you put, I'm sure you guys have put a lot into it.
A lot of stress, a lot of help, a lot of family that stepped in, friends that everybody stepped in, and just it's a lot of work. It's a lot more than what I thought it would take.
Well, you know, and hey, I talked to Hayden, and her mom said that they had to move here from Illinois just to be close to Riley.
Yes.
So I'm sure that you supported her in that.
Oh, absolutely. They lived in Southern Illinois, and they actually moved here to Indiana so that she could be close to family to help support, the support staff that's there with her, and along with, being closer to the hospital, living closer.
And I think you're her sister-in-law, you're her brother. So how did it make you feel to have your sister? You're the sister?
I'm the sister.
You're the sister. Okay. You're the brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So how does it make you guys feel to have her be able to come here and you guys be able to do so much for her?
Oh, definitely awesome. We're glad that we could be support for her. We're glad that everybody stepped up together and we could be, hashtag Hayden Strong and everything.
All right, man, what brought you out to do this ride, Hayden Strong Ride?
That's my little niece.
Oh,
yeah.
So this is very personal.
Yeah, it's my niece. She's been going through a lot for her, so just come out and support her.
Yeah, from what I understand, a whole lot, man. It's rough, man. But I know you're a fan of the show and everything else. So
I'm gonna watch it now.
Yeah, and why can't you watch it?
It's not on Uverse.
Yeah. Get your act together, TV people out there. Sign the damn contracts and put us back on the air.
Right.
All right, man. Well, you guys be safe today out here riding, and I'm just so glad to see such a great turnout today.
Thanks, man.
How come he doesn't have a backrest on there for you?
Well,
I just actually took the bike rest off. Put the quick disconnect on this week.
Well, that's a shame. She's got a ride on there without a backrest. That's pretty hard to do.
She's the first right now.
Well, you guys are going to have a good ride today, aren't you?
yes, we are.
Hey, man, you got the bike fired up. You guys are getting ready to take off on the ride. Are you worried about rain?
No, sir.
That's what I like to hear. Rain or shine, we ride, right?
Yes, sir. The Lord's going to let us stay dry for us.
How long does it take you to get your hair ready like that?
It actually only took me 10 minutes. Somebody else, Jen, did it for me.
That's pretty awesome. You got somebody that does it for you. That's cool. Well, they're taking off. You better go.
Yes, thank you so much. We're going to have fun.
Well, hey, that's going to do it for us. Hope you enjoyed the show this week.
And check out stillhorsethunder.com because that's where you're going to find all the information at.
That's right. If you need Facebook, if you need YouTube, because it's on YouTube now, anything you need, you can go to our event calendar, post your rides. We cover a lot of rides simply because they're posted on our calendar. So you need to be doing that. And remember, it's not what you ride.
It's that you ride.